Hey, what's up guys? This is Church of Caboose, and today's video is all about the new ritual weapon, or I guess sort of pinnacle weapon-ish, Adorned, aka the beloved 2.0. So this video is kind of be my thoughts about what you guys should do to try and get it. Give you guys some information just about the whole quest and all of that good stuff, and perhaps you get to watch me not be amazing at PvP. Perhaps this should have been titled something about a video about Adorned by a guy who sucks using Adorned. I don't know. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and as well as like the video, because that helps me out. And if you're looking to ways to support my channel, check out the links in the description box down below. And if you want folks to play with, we have a link down there for the eventual Discord server. If you're subscribed to the channel, just let us know when you join. Otherwise, welcome to the clan. When you hop on in, we'll get you guys all set up. We're able to help out folks on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Alright, so now let's go ahead and start up talking about the Adorned. So some folks are really concerned that it's the beloved 2.0, and it definitely is. If you guys look at it real closely, you can see it's for basically the beloved wrapped in cloth. Like, you can see that purple little bar that goes through it. You can see it's the same kind of frame. You can see it's the same rounds per minute, the same look, same zoom. So why are folks maybe trying to get this particular gun? Well, as we know, beloved is sunset, so you can't max it out to power. So if you're someone that enjoys the Trials of Osiris and or Iron Banner, or perhaps you just want the sniper rifle inside of PvE, then this is why you would probably want to go after this weapon. And then if you're someone that wants to have some power but doesn't like sniper rifles, it's not the worst thing to get, because it drops as a powerful, maybe even pinnacle reward, so it will give you a little bit of boost to power if you so choose to infuse it, or just keep it on your character while you work on powering up. And if you're curious how to power up, I have a card right here. Make sure you guys check that out after this video for how I would suggest you all go about powering up. So that's why folks want the Adored. You know, the Revoker Sunset, so is Mountaintop, and so is Beloved. So boom, we got the Adored. Now, as you guys can see, I got the weapon and did the 3 ornaments. And the reason we're going to talk about the ornaments real briefly is because Bungie really advertised this weapon as being a weapon where you got to choose what activity playlist, Gambit, Strikes, or Crucible, to acquire this weapon in, so that way you could like show off your favorite version. And it doesn't quite work like that. Yes, you acquire the weapon in your favorite playlist, or whichever one is the fastest, depending upon your preference of playstyle, but you then have to do a separate little quest that's account-based for each of those ornaments. So as you can see, that's why I have the 3 ornaments, so I thought I would explain it. So when you go about acquiring this weapon, you might want to consider what would be the fastest way for you, as opposed to what you want to show off more, because the ornaments are rather fast to complete. This weapon for me was rather quick to do as well. So now we're going to talk about different ways of approaching how you acquire this weapon, because I myself did it inside of PvP. I have a clanmate who did it inside of Gambit, and I've just kind of been trying to see what folks are experiencing inside of Strikes, and I think I have a good idea about how to talk about this as far as, I guess, what's the fastest way versus the most preferred way. So the fastest way so far, most definitely, is Crucible. You might be thinking, but wait, surely it's really hard to finish in Crucible. Well, hear me out. Inside of Comp, you seem to get more of a percentage or increase towards some like the percentage-based steps. And then inside of Crucible, you can still use Revoker and Beloved, because Comp and Quick Play are not power enabled. So if you're really used to Revoker, then you can still use Revoker. Also, it only took me about 2 hours to complete, on a really, really bad PvP night. I mean, I was doing so bad that I am now convinced I had to take a couple of days of being used to not having a crutch of mountaintop, and I was sucking. It was awful. I think I got a 1.0 KD or higher like twice that night when I was working on it. So if I was able to get this weapon done in just like 2-3 hours while sucking really badly, it's probably the fastest way to acquire this weapon is inside of Crucible. Now, if you prefer to do other things, like maybe you absolutely just despise Crucible, can't stand it, you think the stasis thing inside of there is absolutely broken, which by the way, my personal opinion is that there's a learning curve about how to play against it, and in quick play is supposed to be chaotic. So I personally, I don't have a lot of issue with stasis because I just don't. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm amazing. I just found some things like jumping away tends to work fairly well for evading stasis. But anyways, off of that temporary soapbox. So I would highly suggest you guys consider doing this inside of Crucible. But if you're like, there's no way, I ain't touching it, then look at Gambit or Strikes. Just know it could take a really long time. The friend of mine that did his Gambit version, he's not even a bad player. I would say he's probably around average, if not a little bit better from when I play with him anyways. He said it took him about 5 to 6 hours to do the Adorned quest inside of Gambit, which for me is way longer than I care to be there for like one weapon. Especially if your main reason is for going for it is for a powerful or pinnacle reward. Then if you do this inside of Strikes, I'd imagine to some degree that would apply as well. But from things off of the internet, maybe it's not a whole lot worse than Gambit, but nothing seems to be faster than doing this weapon inside of PvP. So if you want to go for efficiency and speed and get it over with, PvP. If you just want to have some fun, do it the way you prefer, then just do it whichever way you prefer to do it. It just might take a little longer than it would inside of PvP. Now, finally, is this weapon actually worth the grind? Well, I would say if you're inside of PvP, no, it is absolutely worth the grind, because there's not much of a grind. It's really not that big of a deal. You're probably acquiring powerful, maybe pinnacle drops while you're going for this weapon. And it's really nice to have. It's Beloved 2.0. So like, I'm rocking the Thorn Beloved meta that used to be a thing a while back, and now that's my jam now. Like, I really enjoy it. Sometimes I switch to an auto rifle instead of Thorn. Depends on who I'm playing against and how much they're ticking me off. But I think it's totally worth the grind, at least if you do it inside of PvP. Now, if you don't like playing PvP, or perhaps it's not an issue of don't like, you just like, I hate snipers in PvP, I never use them, then maybe it's not that much worth it unless you want to consider the power part. So if we got kind of a couple of different ways of looking at this. If you're a PvP person, you definitely want to have this gun. If you are not the PvP person, but perhaps you're someone going for a day one raid clear, I would absolutely suggest that you guys get this done, but maybe just don't turn it in until you're needing to get that energy slot with a high powerful reward. Just get the quest done. Just don't go redeem it for whatever vendor you did this quest from. That's one way of looking at it. Other way would be this weapon does have Vorpal Round and triple tap. So if you know like you're going against some big beefy boss, or if it turns out to be that there's some boss that doesn't like move around a ton and you got decent options for crit shots, this would be a fantastic DPS weapon if you don't have like a solid option for heavy ammo. Like maybe you love swords and the boss is an air boss. Like, I don't know. That's just another way to look at. And lastly, it would probably be, and maybe just don't do it. If you don't use sniper rifles, you think they're stupid, maybe you're someone that's not concerned about the power, maybe you just grab it with whatever quest and you just kind of do it as you play the game, because it will most likely get done eventually. You just have to use a sniper rifle of some kind at some point, and snipers aren't too bad to use with the quest steps inside of Gambit or Strikes, since they don't really require getting kills against other Guardians. It's just things like rapid hits and multi-kills and just kills in general with the sniper rifle. Crucible was Guardians defeated, precision headshot, or precision kills, and sniper rifle kills. So that's pretty much what the other classes are. They're just not against Guardians. So overall, I do think this weapon is worth getting. I actually really enjoy it. Of course, not every day you're going to be on point if you're a PvP person, but I like it. It works really well for me. Probably the saddest thing is I don't get a round back when I miss. I miss that about Revoker. So let me know down below, guys, what you think of this weapon. I'm also considering doing some kind of a weapon about how Mountaintop made me bad. I've been finding my KD in general is significantly lower, and all I can really think of is that Mountaintop gave me a huge crutch to not have to aim that much, and so I'm kind of like relearning some things with Crucible, like actual good play, instead of being able to drop into a room and be like, haha, Mountaintop, you're all dead. Let me know if you guys would like to have a video of that nature. Also, comment down below what you guys think about the grind for getting this weapon, or if you're planning on getting it, not getting it, why you're planning on getting it, all that stuff. I'd be really curious to know if my thoughts kind of line up with what you guys were thinking as well. Just to kind of get some feedback. It really helps me to know what kind of content you guys like when I get comments and subscriptions from different videos, and it helps me to know what to put out for you all in the future. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the links down below to support the channel, and if you want, join our Discord server. We're between 250 and 300 members right now. I am Church of Caboose. Have a great week and happy grinding, y'all.